In this lesson, we are going to be talking about saving presentations. Whenever you create a new presentation in PowerPoint, you will need to know how to save in order to access and edit it later. As with previous versions of PowerPoint, you can save files to your computer. If you prefer, you can actually save it on the cloud using OneDrive, which is actually owned by Microsoft company. And you can even export and share directly from PowerPoint if you wish. Now, when it comes to saving, there are two saving options. The first one is what we call save, and the second one is save as. Now, what is the difference between the two of them? Now, talking about save. Now, when you create or edit a presentation, you use the save command to save your changes, and you actually use it most of the time because when you don't save, you get to lose your work, so you have to save. And also, you will need to actually choose a name, file name and location the first time. So after that, which you can use the save command to save it. So which means when you are working on a document for the first time and you click on save, you are actually saving it for the first time. But subsequently, when you are clicking on save, you are saving for the first time, rather you get to choose a file name and it's already saved on your computer. Now when you're actually editing that same work, you get to, when you click on save, you're actually saving your changes. So basically you are using your save to actually save your changes and actually save a work for the first time. Now when it comes to save as, when you use save as to actually create a copy of a presentation while keeping the original. So basically save as you just use to create a copy of the original. That is what it's used for. So now, and lastly, it is actually very important to actually save your work when you start a new project or make changes on already existing work, and which is why you need to pay very close attention to where you save so that it can be easy to see later. Now, how do you now save? To save, you need to do is to probably click on this this drive icon here if you wish, or subsequently you can click on the file tab, you click on your save, then you now select where you want the file to be saved. Once you do, this menu pops up and you get to save your name with anything you wish, and you click on save and it's already saved. Now if I'm actually adding something here and I want to actually save my changes so that I don't lose it, I can subsequently go to file if I wish and click on save. Now if I don't want to go through the process of the file and the backstage view, I can subsequently click on Ctrl S and I save my changes. Or if I'm saving for the first time, I can still use my Ctrl S. Anyone goes. Now how can I use save as to make a copy? Now as you can see, now my file name is PowerPoint lesson 123. Now I want to actually make a copy of 123, maybe another copy, and save it. Now what do? I click on file and I click on save as. Now when I click on save as, I get to select where I want it to be. Let me just say document, and now I'm going to rename my copy of my document. Let me name it 45. So I'm going to have a copy 12345, and I say save. Now when I click on save, now this is actually the copy of my original work. Now how do I now access my original work? I click on file and I click on open and I click on lesson 123. Now this is actually my PowerPoint lesson 123. Now how do I export document? Now let's talk about exporting documents, exporting presentation rather. Now by default, PowerPoint presentation are saved in .pp, in .pptx, in .pptx. Let's wipe this. Let's wipe this. Now PowerPoint is saved in .pptx. Just like Microsoft Word that is saved in .doc, and subsequently like that. Now there are some times when you want to save your work but in another file type. Now for you to actually save your work in another file type, sometimes you have to actually go through the process of using other softwares to convert the file, which is actually very rigorous. Now when it comes to PowerPoint can allow you to export your presentations to various file type like PDF, which is actually saving your presentation as a PDF document instead of a PowerPoint file. You can save as a video. You can actually export as a package for CD. That is, when you export it as a package for CD, it saves your folder saves your presentation in a folder along with your Microsoft PowerPoint viewer, which is especially a special slideshow anybody can download. You can export to handout. You can export to other file types, so many of them, even like PNG. Now how do you export? Now if you have a file you want to export, all you need to do is to click on file. Backstage view appears, you click on export, and you can click on any file type that you want, any of them that you want. And once you do, you click on create. If it's video, once you select whatever I want to do, you click on create video, and after everything is done. So, and now we have come to the end of this lesson.